You're watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Here's your host, Don Ansell.
Okay, we're talking about Census 23. There have only been, up to this year, 22 census taken by the federal government. Census 23 starts, what'd you say, April?
Well, the questionnaires go out in February. April 1st of 2010 is Census Day.
Is Census Day.
Yes.
It's April Fool's Day as well, isn't
it? It is.
Constance Hyman is our guest. She works with the U.S. Census. She is a census specialist. So this is a massive undertaking. How many people does it take to get the census done? I mean, how many people work for the Census Department? It's an administration cabinet, a position that's in place all the time. It's not just when the census happens.
Yes, with the 2010 census over there nationwide, and this is nationally, we're looking at over 300 million people to help us with it. And this is varying jobs. So varying.
Wait, 300
million
people that you have to count?
No.
That are going to work?
Well, nationwide.
300 million people are going to work on this effort?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
They all get paid?
Yes.
That's a pretty big payroll.
Yes.
Let me say that 300 million people are going to work on this effort.
And I can definitely get.
Do you know their names? No, just kidding.
No, I don't.
That's
but it's going to be a large undertaking. We're having things, and these are going to be temporary jobs that are going to happen, and we're just making sure that we get the most accurate count.
I thought there were like 300 million people in the country.
I have to double check those numbers.
Yeah, I don't think it's 300. It might be 300,000.
300,000. I'll have to double check those numbers.
So there's a lot of temporary work.
Yes.
Is there still jobs available?
Absolutely. We're actually hiring here in Wilmington.
Yeah.
And we're looking to hire people for the local office that'll be opening. We're having our grand opening next week for the Wilmington office. So we're hiring for positions, and we're heavily recruiting. We're testing for positions, and we're looking for people to just come out and test and apply for the positions that are going to be available.
Let's get up on the screen. Actually, it's up on the screen now, the telephone number, and there's a website folks can go to as well to access how to apply for some of these jobs that are available. How long do these jobs last?
They're temporary jobs, so they can last anywhere from a month to several months. It all just depends on how fast we get things done.
Yeah, as I was doing, and this is another topic altogether, as I was doing a little research about the census, I learned that some of the information the government gets, any specific information about people, is not public for 72 years.
That is correct.
Nobody can get a hold of this information.
That's absolutely
specific information. Now, general numbers are available as soon as they're calculated, but specific personal, you would call it information, is not available for 72 years. So the last census where information is available about, particular information about people, was 1930. Why wait 72 years?
That basically, it is, as you stated, the personally identifiable information is stored for 72 years. What they say is an average lifetime. We just take it very seriously. We're asking for information, and as I stated before, we're looking for citizens, both non-citizens and citizens alike, and we want to make sure that people understand that this information is confidential because it's so vital and it's so important. Us being able to share our information will be a challenge if we share information with other government agencies.
Well, there's been a lot of discussion about getting everyone to participate, and especially people who are labeled undocumented or illegal immigrants. And there's been talk about hesitancy due to worries about being reported to authorities. Give us the policy on that.
We actually, every Census Bureau employee takes an oath, basically. stating that we cannot share any information that we receive through census operations throughout our lifetime. So not just our duration of employment with the Census Bureau, but our lifetime. If we do, we can and will be subject to a $250,000 fine and or 5 years federal prison time.
That's how serious.
That is how serious the U.S. Census Bureau takes the confidentiality. We are the Census Bureau. Our job is to count everyone residing in the United States. We don't share your information with any other government agency. We just want to make sure that everyone is counted.
How hard is it to convince folks, with all the recent discussion and effort, to stop illegal immigration and to ferret out those who are here illegally, that the government wouldn't use any the information it gets on illegal immigrants to identify them and act on that? Is it difficult to get that point through to some people?
It definitely is a challenge, and it's not just a challenge for undocumented or undocumented citizens. It's a challenge for just anyone in general that don't want to share their information with the federal government for one reason or another. We just basically overemphasize on each of our badges as partnership specialists and Census Bureau workers. Our oath is on there. It's the Title 13. We make sure that we overemphasize the 3 major points that we say is it's easy, it's safe, and it's vital. And we do take
everyone wants to be counted, legal, illegal. If you're in the U.S., they want to count. The census wants you included in the count.
Yes.
Which means that congressional proportionment could be based not only on citizens that are here, but illegals or undocumented people that are here as well.
That's correct. It's going to be based on the population of that particular area. So
legal, undocumented, whatever, and funding the same thing.
Yes.
Does the Census Bureau have a handle on population trends as you move into this census process? I mean, for years there was talk that the Northeast was losing population, the Southeast was gaining population, some of the Southwest was. Do you have any handle on that?
We look at population trends based on, we also do an ongoing survey, which is the American Community Survey. That's an ongoing survey where we keep an update of the population numbers by sending out those questionnaires also. Now that's a sampling. That's actually what we did in 2000. That was actually the 2000 census, is now turned into the American Community Survey. So we keep an ongoing count of what's going on in the United States in between those 10 years.
So you have some handle?
Absolutely.
Is that true? The Northeast is losing, the Southeast is gaining, according?
That I don't.
You don't have that information?
I don't have that information.
Okay. We'll come back and talk more with Constance Hyman, who is a U.S. Census specialist. We're going to talk about the economy. How's that impacting where people are moving and population shifts? When we come back, stay with us.